Alright boys and girls, today we're going to test Destro versus duelweld. Now I've set this test up in the way that I would actually use them. So we're running a sharpened destro and we are running one nern and one sharpened sword, both swords. As you may have seen in one of my previous videos, we did testing between nern and sharpened. The damage difference is really minuscule, so the extra healing in my eyes is definitely worth it. If you have no dot healing and no healing on your front bar at all, or say it's very, very minuscule, then take the sharpened. Take the moles and go sharpened all the way. Most builds you're going to have dot healing, and say on a Templar I'm running breath on my front bar, so you know in those circumstances the small damage loss is worth the mass of healing increase. As far as our jabs are concerned, the tooltip difference is about 13.5%. Now, we are running a flame staff too, just keep that out there. And then in real life testing, we're looking at 10.8% difference. Now, when I was streaming, we did some testing and I found a 15% difference. I don't quite know what's going on there. I couldn't replicate it after stream, so I'm kind of going to dismiss it. The fact the tooltip is 13.5 and we have extra penetration with our staff kind of makes me lean towards the 10.8 or nearly 11% being correct. So to recap, on our jab damage, we're looking at nearly 11% damage increase over our destro staff. We move into single target area. This should be higher. The damage difference should be higher, but I don't know. I couldn't work out any reasons why it wasn't. But you're looking at about a 10% difference between your flare damage. Now, in theory, the jab damage should be the original 15% because we're not getting that single target boost from destro on our jabs. For some reason I couldn't replicate that. It is what it is, I guess. So across the board you're looking at a pretty noticeable increase in damage. You know, when you're talking 10% for no real loss, yeah, you can't range heavy, but that's not really an issue. Now, the caveat to this is, of course, if you need flame clench or crushing shock or something like that as a spammable on your build. Other classes other than Templar sometimes do need that spammable, so you've got to play that into the whole equation when you're considering which weapon to choose. I will quickly talk about two-hander before we move into the healing difference. The healing difference is quite crazy, so let's get the two-hand out of the way first. Now, damage is going to be basically identical between these two. The caveats are, on duelweld, all the passives are pretty much going to do nothing for you. Where on two-hander, you do have the stam, so an extra 30% stam recovery after you kill someone, and then you do have the increased damage after you complete a full heavy attack. They're the ups for two-hander. The advantages for duelweld is your flexibility in traits. So you can run one nern and one sharpened and almost get the best of both worlds. Consider that too. One may suit your playstyle better, especially if you're doing a lot of heavy attacks, or you know, you want that little bit extra stam recovery in your build. It can definitely be a viable choice for you. Now, the healing increase was 13.5. Now, this was on our Breath of Life on our front bar. Quite a noticeable increase, and this just comes down to the mass amount of extra spell damage you're going to get with duelweld, and that's fundamentally why our healing is increased by so much. I could dive into this even more and I could show you a lot of the passes, but I generally like to keep these videos pretty short and sweet. So to recap, you're looking overall around 10% increase in damage and a almost 14% increase in healing. If you have any questions or I forgot to mention something, please leave a comment in section. That is useless. Anyway, guys, and also feel free to catch one of my streams, guys, and ask any questions you may have in there. If you have anything else you want tested, then also feel free to leave in the comment section, and I'll leave a link to my Discord in the description as well if you want to join that. But anyway, guys, I love yous, and I'll see you in the next one.